Penti no si abo apa ho sima mienu ma munyina adwuma makwa basa so ma frishia pa. Ensama wodro ayensa kan ye afi wese mu ni nyina ada no. Eneja ye bobo so a bekum sambre ya. Ye di obubuo ni openimu ade no November ani December de. Eba ababetu so de amampo no. Enti no benya bieti okay 101.7 it 100.9. Eka Peace FM ho e wo shepa Sabeka Junction and Crime. Oko Kumasi Asante Mantemu enu ye Hello FM ena Rock FM e wo atoye Mantemu. Enyuma kan kasebo ye live e wo social media ne so. Peace 104.3 FM enu ye Facebook. Despite Media enu ye YouTube ena Facebook peacefmonline.com. Asida enkoma Osons Chemist. Omuna de Osons garlic capsules aba. Yanum aje apomuden. MTN say se bia service bi wo de ho ahyem wonnim na yetetew na wompa obefa phone no wabo *175# na de wompa no wayi ho afirim high sense at the home appliances bebre aba ade amawo amame a ne bo no eda fom setim eti de opa bia high sense adaroma wo de bema wo emefie adwuma no kwa wano tentem so say enya asem kitwa kra high sense de see everyday prices for everyday people. Aya no afre 0302 550 000 zeros no aye miensa aye 9 twato. Duffy's Health and Beauty range of products aye niema awodo e de aba wahima family mixture no aye e de mama no ebo asiesie yen ye wonku ni semina mawede no aye fe obefre 0207 491 414 0207 491 414. Rent it Ghana say ye madai han ayefo adiamon enya fe na kochi nchina na mawiaso na akwakofa agent for ne front tena no atwa service won duaka om petrotro omo adie no ne taxi and dropping ana Uber ana myself she sankrofo no omo ha adwene say uchu muta so dey baba ko hwe obaje wonum say fie bia me do ko enya papa enso do beko wode wo beko me pa choma we bi nto mo mo fo mo ni bre meso ye wo so enti rented Ghana for say app no e ho no mo edemaw wo ba ye office e wo Asalam Dar Ring Road a ye no bekasa sanzo so e na betimi afre number yi 0201 167 537 anasa 0540 603 709 and 0595 551 252 na one ye akasa na akase bono ayede eba no medin ade akua aje wa akode emele
Sadat Mohammed
yedi November bosumene de no na ehyasie na November ya etwa mu ya yewura December mu Ghana mampanyi na nado danko akufu ado ede ne sato ne sayam de adesede eto aman atwotwogro no wani mu se enkebe yo mu ntwa omani mehwe abibiman na eniema bi omde ato ye so se abibiman de wudi sika anadwa tire ba behema wunya mfaso ofri se entokwa ene mentimi wasne pinche ne wase no eto ntwa amampanyi chema no wose se omoye saade no ebeboa pa ama bibiman agina ne nan so wode ne nsem wei eto dwa ewo Abidjan Cote d'Ivoire ahinkromu ebra na Africa Investment Forum enhyiamudia efa wono mudu omudwa tire ebehye abibiman hu no ekoso.
There's something which is called the African premium risk, which is become a big obstacle for people wanting to put their money in our continent. Because behind it is this concept that somehow investing in Africa is a riskier undertaking than investing elsewhere in the world. And that is what has propelled a great deal of the difficulties that the continent is going through now. The global economic environment is difficult. All of us are aware of that. We're also aware, unfortunately, that it has provided an opportunity for a lot of capital to flow out of Africa back to the developed world, especially with the Federal Reserve's board policy on the dollar.
Enya yeti ye Ghana mampanyi na adudanko akufu ado.
Ghana for beka obubu obusumi mu enasuapon mu akyerkyerefo ye ne se omusika asem ne ma bi nhyeda nkoyi eni ti wode wonade nyina egu fom se nkoti sa ban ye beti won sufere no onko kyera de da wei amasuapon mu adisuafo mu kabo mu ko ban do dani Dr. Christian Anderson de betuda sa akyerkyerefo ni nyina so no to so mu papa.
almost a more can or do na or why yin na yejitum say no crewum na almost chair minute or moon paying for a bearding come almost chair say a fear trail mu yin any tia mrea almost at me dear and sana yetimi akasa mabibia annual bread ase na almost eba besa almost akwa chade no na nhihye bi beda omone aban tem na ehwe se bibi te se ne nyina ne wiase nyina na musisi financial crisis kosi eba aban betimi aboa mo adwuma no aye omo asoso omo ano kakra mo betimi aye omo adwuma na omo kiremu a ehya ase ma busumi kakra etwemi aban ba se omo ba beboa ba betia ka ayefo allowances edi amomo anche na krata fofo ba ya chese sa allowances ya wo se bo omo sa ken ya etwebim dodo na egu na we na ejina so ya ma omo de kasa omo tietia
Sia pomu adisuafo nka bomu ko ba no dani Dr. Christian Anderson opinion de sanse na tudwa obubu obusumi no mu afimu
na November bosumi no emu no ene betu dwa se asofo na se efeku ahodo ye nyamesom de wo my god na mase mpenifo akojubili house ene wo mpanyin kwakasa na mo kwakasa na mo kwakasa fa galamse hu yedim se afiwe se di ade ba ko edi ga na nya ha ye pa no ye galamse nya asam ketwa edom ko mpanyin na so e wo jubili house no sei ene mpanyin ekasae.
I'm happy that in my time, this issue of galamsey has gripped the nation, and now we're talking about it. The time when it went out of hand, which we should have talked, we were quiet about it. But I think that today, the public discourse, the public consciousness, and your mirroring that has now been fully aroused as to the dangers that this development poses to our growth, to our country's progress. And that, for me, is a source of satisfaction. That the advocacy, the determination to make it a priority in our country, if I can say so, has succeeded. It is now a priority. Everybody, media people, religious leaders, political forces, traditional rulers, everybody is now awake to this phenomenon. And I think that in an open society like ours, a country which is ruled by public opinion,
Wei ayagani mampenyi na adodanko akufu ado na enyamesumuko ahodo no mpenifo eda ano penyi odi omanim ani omokoye no eyesofopon a ono na bastra safo no wada no Reverend Professor JYO Mante na okasaye editudwa chirechirimu ese omo akoba bi etu galamse ni bie na omokoye no sadi esitie no asefem ani to na nyekura samkai se omokoye omokobom paye se yenya galamse no. We
have visited Galamsey sites and we have seen some very dangerous things that cannot even be expressed in textbook. And one of the things that, for example, I saw was the fact that some people have their homes built in such a way that in one of their rooms, you take a ladder and go down in the house. Yes. And there is this video that is moving around about a woman who was pregnant and died in Konongo, Domasi, because she had gone, excuse me to say, to the traditional toilets, not knowing that they had dug the ground.
Presby Asafuno moderator, Reverend Professor J.O.Y. Mighty.
Ghana for Bekaya, I hear me both so many that also a Diasan, Quisiada, and a Ghana Mampeni, and a Ghana for Becasa, and your fellow Ghanaians. Ghana, your bobre, your yobia, womb, obey Mucha Ghana for. Na no chiana, Peter from Cassia, boy, it is a sentimental moo. And a Ghana for Becasa, Bisa won't say. Ghana man penyin se mo da betu da no omuso musen
Yesu ina no ni nyina fie ne a yetiri modern di monne doso ade na oton store no why does den say almost go aban ni mu asia untimi hu go to de na store na say 10 cities ya and go na 20 cities o man penny mo yesa de man na say ya ni a ka ho bi e na o man ye ho kire ye
de o man penny be kan no de ono ne famu die bia no ye kuma sia particular o mo ton ne ma no e na egu aban ni mu asia fi say aban ne nka say on fa de ope ena enye hwe taxi driver aban na hihye lol fe man ni agide epe obi antimi ni do pegi sa aban de driba minu ba kwa tomato ba kwa haram 7 cities ye wo mamu ye ne ensesan ya dwene se dollar no kosoro na ama bibia abo kosoro
Ghana man penyi fellow Ghanaians ka se chire no ena Ghana phobia wa santimante mu chire o madwen fa ho bubo busu no mu enansemi etodwa
na aye bra na Ghana mu aye dendenden na nuane bo aye din yesuo ne yekoba no na aban no sesese die twa no pa no nuane samache no aduane a Ghana ye di pa no ayemo ene akoda bi apemu panyini bi apemu gise usika sha na abeka se emo men na wosika pa no wabomodene akwa gina Amaria nchen aka che ne seja ma me mu be 15 CDC na ma me ho ne ma enwurenwura no na ma me macaroni ne ho nam ne ka ho na ne nyina si be 100 Ghana obehu se yes obedi am obefiri pa entiamu no aye di na ye kraba ne ka ho binti e behwe ni aye Ghana ye nya kasankasa ya mu no yie na yetimi adi eno aye competitive aye African Rice Initiative na no akire no 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 modo mu no bi se mo de mo sama mo kana na mo ka se da fo mo hu mo ka se mo no ye do ne sa akwa ye no ne sa akwa wado mu no awie no a emu no aba no a wo kwa akotwa no ye wa fidi a wodi betwa wodi beso ho na wodi apor ho ye ni bi
ye po ho di abakrom no mfidi na ede ye no enoso enti ebetimi aya bia ye chemu mienu ebetimi aya fa efa no de ye nyanu ye ni sa ye nyanu sampempen so no enti no ho abobo ne ye yesese sade be ya ye betimi akama ya sema kwa akire
wei aye wana omudo mu Ghana se kamuko penyina wada no owura yawo edu poku
na wabira mampanyini ene Ghana fo betwetwe nkomo no na ene nsise ya hodo a ban no di egu apono so de ba beboa na yesika no ahoden asaba mu biem no mampanyini bobo so a ene bobo so ama haircut ni na kokoba mu sa haircut yi ma wonu manyamfo ketia mo nkoka so ne de haircut na hyeda nya na sem bibire sanse na pompo mapa god says baba na sa haircut yi sensem ya na ma opanyina oda asepa ko na no be ye se no mampanyini ka haircut ne Ghana fo agitwi agitrede ene omo ma ye bond ahodo obi akoyi ni sika no enye saa na haircut na chire nto monto omobo
haircut no a very tedious exercise enye adwumaketo a basa ban ebe ye haircut na etire say IMF program aban se benya program in December no e maso because aban timi wie haircut no by December your formula they calculate haircut the old value of the bond and the current value of the bond, taking into consideration the current or the year of maturity. And the bonds, you have to treat each class of bondholders different.
Asapa kwonu penyi wonu manyamfo mensa Thompson nka ena mutie nsemi beto dwo obubu obusumi no emu.
Ya wafa ngubu omo ya tuni di se residual fuel na eno no yeye edema enyumako akese no a wamo eye mfidi dwuma no na NPA November bosom de tu dwa chire mu se baabi e ne makeka ko ene baabi akwa akosini de mo omo ne atwentwen so kakra ye production atwentwen so kakra bibinti kasamofo wo NPA ko ni mu de ensem we tu dwa November bosom no
Yentia subsidy ni efiso no say aban subsidizing product na also utua sa subsidy ema omo supply fuel no say na be ya ometimi akoso a supply cost of fuel akosro nti subsidy no ne level so akosro levy na ye generate efi price stabilization recovery levy so editua sa subsidy say intimi intua subsidy nyina nti ama companies no supply sa residual fuel oil they are not willing to supply almost supply products no manufacturing industry no because companies end supply no almost omunya products no emfa yo medjuma
weye NPA kronika samafo Owura Ibrahim Abbas
Nansi antemu onu nwane bo ekosoro okurum ha no papa ene nkontomire kura tete ne dachi ne bo ekosoro ko nsuso na bunkurase a ene ekwan ho na watete sa nyinyina ne bo ekosoro we ma so ye mo hwe nwane ene kwaye so mo kokopa ye konkurase ko fa nwane eri begu ministry ho no mo de April ne adoma to so sagana ne bia meto bi ne dwane bo ofo we am opanyina wakasa ede ma so ye no Owura Tanko Bagbara okasa yetire mu sei sa anamuntu aso enatuo no ebeboa pesan se nwane bo enkosoro sa se na dwadifo ama Ghana fo adi no
ye be dream wo say be ye we ye the factors na nyina ebom ka say dey bam almost of service loading boys or share loading boys na wo am offload nti ade ni nyina ye nhye akohu say am ye ma minimum bi mu market women market men ni bimu sabi omo boy too more than our just omo profit normal profit and now we just want to demonstrate to the whole world say if all of us if all of us will have fellow Ghanaians at heart
anamontionti e ma akuayo na aduane aso ye no otuka konkura se kofa anuane ba kurum se Ghana fo meto ne boofo na wonkodi no eno na opanyina wakasa e de ma aso ye no owura tanku bagbara wo chechiri mu e de kire nsentwerofo yi na anso hono mo a Ghana fo bi okọ ho ekoto anuane no Peace FM kasebo ye ni ebi nso twetwe nkomo.
As I said, no, yeah, start TVP, and we call it the pilot planting for food and jobs markets. Yeah, started now. You senior ebeko.
Eni na yehwe ni mu na nye no na yensa kan ba nyinyina mu no ensem nyina beto ojo obubu obusumi no mu afia emu.
Na November busumi no akyerɛkyerɛfo ko bi etese Nagrat Nat CCT ene won ekeka ho eye no so mate atua mo haw ene senya Dr. Eric Nkansa aban no abonidi so meye kwankyerɛfo obehwe nhumahia abedwakuo ni so ene omo so mati kwa apai etienam so ma akyerɛkyerɛfo wa santimantem so anko entino awofo ni bi ekasa de tudwachem se akyerɛkyerɛfo yi munya kyinkyere twan no moni aban no na enya mofo moni bren kosoa enkura no so monko dem ko kyerade ye na enkura de da akyenye yi.
Teachers for no more strike no. You didn't mean so more. We nya there some more strike because any pan do I in munya on so Ghana ni. Any pan so cry ati say wa kira de pen. Twe hu ni hu strike say some more so some kira de. Because em kra no gu fie. E dey no more yenti yes teachers for say we ni hu kwa some more strike. Say aban no say aban be kan no muntie dia. Na teachers for no onyo mu nyina adi.
Anu say me pon ko fie. Me hwe me ba ne bla ansa na me hu no. So on school man ko pon yan ko ba me nchen.
Wey eya santimantima wofo ni bi eno mo chi omadwen ebra akyerɛkyerɛfo wo my Ghana maseti atua November bosome no
akwanya ho de owa atwemampo nuama nsene no mu ewa santimantamu de aban de do na masan no hydro adwuma ekonu se wonhwe na wonsiesie mfa ma ade hye no na bereko na santimantamu so afo orumanyamfo sam no semensa bo ana kokɔhwe mpempenso akwan no contractor na ye akwakoduru
onim se sign no hydro project bi ebi ko nyina hini anatwemampo nua area hono omampania be die kira be commission be commission wi ye no ye nya disrede se kwan no bi ekopim be bia nkomope esin be bia akosisisi ya tina wo se ye kofa so ne ye hwese de ekwan no esiti ye kofa akwan a ofi nyina hini kosre so akosi forest mu be bi na entoa so fi ho kosi seso tempom no eno na o mo request se be ya ke to aso kosi seso tempom because akwan no yinyina hi free ho no ma de kru no so pa ene sa seso tempom ho
Asante mantamu so afo no nyamfo Simon no sei mensa ne nka na mutie obubu obuso mensem bi eto odwane bi enie
kane so afo hwe enkronkitwa ne nkwase mpuntuo so a wosan so yemrahye bedwane e wogina mu ma adeshomo esutifi anafo abaton pesua ne so hafumantem nim onmanyafo Alhaji Collins Dauda eye November bosum do kasadi tudwa kire mu se enipa omampanyi ekufuado MPP aban apa wo mo se asoafo omo ye adwuma ede aboa omai Ghana no hafumantem no de omo enya mpuntuo brefri se omo nhye dani ni petitiru biada owo hafumantem ye NPP ni ewo abamu ntira
na konwa wacheso ro wini eko che poster na obia wadi deputy minister abedi regional minister a winning the seat echecha ni akwa ni deputy minister for youth and sports eyezu muni bibi on say cabinet positions na eye dunkro no youth and sports and can be youth and sports enye cabinet ministry ehon ye die nuan koye enti se amfa se sika ban ye se ye che ye de mpuntuo ye de ko ya ya sabia afuni be na tiska no a ye che no won so be prividi aba
wey eye kane so afo hwe nkronkitwa ne nkwase mpuntuo so san so eye esutifi anafo mrahye bedwani onwanyafo Collins Dauda
na obubu obusumi no mu no na akokopie mu ewo University of Ghana suapon no mu a opanyina wada suapon na no se kwankyerefo a wada Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research ano Professor Peter Kote wade to fotosanfo anim se o ma Ghana ko masika na opanyina ne ba be kan won hwe hu ne se on fa to fufuru bia emma
We have talked about government reducing how much it spends on government appointees. I think we've heard that over time. What are the realities? What have been the outcome? We want to see that. How does that translate into our expenditure lives? We want to see whether it's making impact or not. And if it's not, what else do we do? There's been calls to reduce the size of government. That is also very important. And we want to see an opportunity to discuss that in detail. If the 30% reduction is yielding results, and what else are we going to do to ensure that we have fiscal discipline in the short to medium term?
Professor Peter Korte, opinion design seminar to Ja Obubu Obusumino Emu.
November day to so watchi ewo afiwe semu edabrada. Ewia sinka bombu ko miche UN ekoye nhemu kese fa ewiem sakraye ho. Ghana mampanyi na nado danko akufu ado enso ekobi. Eno no wose kire mu esenke beya. Ewiase emu ahwese ebetimi ako edi eti ewiem sakraye bone no. Na ebeye mfinhie du miensa 13 years nie. Bosho mu ehyo yese amanya afe no mu fefe ba ne be mu sika eye 100 billion America sika ni edi ako ewiem sakraye no. Omo enfamra no manu omo de kaaye no aso mo ntimi amfa ndonwe.
Today, extreme climate occurrences such as severe precipitation and flood, as adaptation costs continue to outstrip current international public finance flow, we must, as a matter of urgency, mobilize and scale up adaptation finance inflows to ensure that vulnerable countries are able to meet their adaptation needs. It is critical in this regard that the developed world makes good its long-delayed pledge to mobilize and make available $100 billion annually to the poorer countries.
Where Ghana mampanyi na adedanko akufu ado.
Obubu Obusumino no wiase amampanyi for dodo na kokohia mu Egypt. Ekoto ato adwen fa wiem bobre ho na Ghana mampanyi nso kokopie mu odwumadi na sebi. Omampanyi ne ka sem no odi tuja se Ghana nso ye krado pa.
Energy transition has become a global responsibility for all of us, especially in view of the impact of climate change and the global energy crisis brought forth by the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Ghana is a signatory to the Paris Agreement, whose proceedings were in fact co-chaired by a former Ghanaian president, His Excellency John Agyekum Kufuor, as well as to other international conventions which require her to reduce her carbon dioxide emission levels. As a matter of necessity, it has become imperative for us in Ghana to develop plans and strategies towards the creation of a net zero energy sector.
Yebepe kwan hofro na yasa afaso ne yanyanyinam nka yanyanyinam edi akakwan ya yefaso enya bi sese yi ho Ghana mampanyin ne eni twagu yense bi beto odwo Obubu Obusumino emu.
November mosuni de na de pa ene nya asem kitwa kra fi se na wiase nyina ebobo ewo kata memu enti Ghana ye jani pamrantie be ye aduonu miensa 23 kwan se mu konkosi anamu na mu kobobo ye kofa ni aki mu ka ho ba ye ni aki ba ye be gina TV so be ye advert ko ye troka eno ba ye tina anitie no ewo no mo no o na eye lovely na ye kama etienam so ema yense nhwefo mo Ghana fa na nyina etigumu apoye mantem se Michael Krofi eni Ghana fo bi kasa bi se o mo se ye boy edikin ba be boy World Cup no mu ye ni Portugal fo na be bo se no mu hu no se no mo kasa
2-1 against Ghana. Oh, man, you Ghana, dear. Okay, you near a mum, but didn't know us a drama pay. But Yadi beat me as a Portugal. The cry back of pet.
Yemi or Ghana. Zemia Ghana and Intimici Ghana di. You sure say Ghana beat me as a Portugal 2-0. The Ghana as a Portugal 2 Amajami Stiato.
Actually, there's once a Mimi Ghana, Mijana Ghana, says also a Ghana, a Quambiaso, and Yadia Portugal beat me as a Ghana.
Hey, namurane o high. Hey, go so say no mokai.
We do 2 goals. My Ghana in India, expectation say Ghana by winning. Na anya be cry, it me winning by 2 goals to 1.
Ghana and Portugal match in India. A big game pa game ah. You share we say Ghana so beat me ase. But me prediction pa me say Ghana beat me ase 1-0 against Portugal.
Oh, you want pa say Black Star be she. On be she me ensa. O mun she bi.
Na de Ghana de men trust sa men trust kra. Ko me guys me try bet so bet me try. Ghana de menyini.
So you bet ma win for 2 goals. Ghana bet ma win for 2 goals.
Ah! Sabrere pa yi. Sere. Right.
Ogodi.
Right. Na mura o ha.
Na mura no ho.
Na kwa impaneti ejima nu ya na bubu ya pre.
Ronaldo. Because uti ni padodo na kasa na think say me ni pe na o kasa mu njindi se Ghana. Dodo na wo film say.
Boss ni no say o Ghana die.
Ba ono nko ampo na ha goals no kasa o nji Ghana ndi. Ba na dodo na jidi se Ghana be she.
Oh, me na me say at least e beti ya shebe 2.
Na vem no osoro. Na vem no osoro.
Oh.
Na nso amfoi.
Akwa ibe jina ono ma. Akwa ba akwa ko fa ni fa boche be ni aki. Eni aki dia obeye peacock advert e we TV so.
Obeye mu advert.
Messi e board that we uni keeper no obeti ato keeper ni. Ghana for adventure November no. Omukun ye papa akwa ko so ko chebo a. Penalty uni keeper ono so akoba say me God stand ewu.
Timura.
Hey.
Timura.
Yem to aswa.
Na obubu abusumi ni mu no e na PNC amonyo koron church for penyini. Madam Janet Asana na bla beka say Ghana. Ene mo betuma yeye pa de ene nyina re nya adwen kro ne enyi da kono fansi ho ene akonkyere ne mpaebo na nyankopon si mehwe.
Enti se wusi wusumo nyankopon a na asem to say we ababetu a anka SSA Christian Council, Muslim Council and na traditional council for omuntenase no mo hwehwe dakro baako a yedi beye adwen sakra ma onyankopon sa day no like a national repentance day sa day na ye nyina ye beka kire onyankopon say ya ye bone onfa ye bone ncheye
PNC amonyo koron church for penyini. Madam Janet Asana na bla nka e na muti obubo busumi ni mu na mami edin semi tuja.
Na yadi dwumadie bia ba ewo bibiman atoye afam a no ye Accra initiative enti November busumi no ena ededi kai kra no empenifon ba behie mu na ekuo no ebose enyada ene se ye behwe ne akon ede atia ne bonefosem ene akon ne akosem a ebema abibiman enfa ne ntuma pefra na dwumadie no ekoso no sei ena wono mo ba ase ne bi kasa ya Ghana mampanyi na nadoda kwakufado wano na ye dwumtenani.
Today's convocation will consider the report of the ministerial meeting on the Conference for Non-State Actors towards making commitments to strengthening the Accra Initiative in its overall quest to curb the spread of terrorism in West Africa. That said, Your Excellency, it will be imperative to touch on the future direction of the Accra Initiative whilst addressing potential development that may arise as a result of this new direction.
Ghana mampanyi na adodanko akufu ado.
Ani abaye America krani aman hodo atwe ehu ahia se o man de. Ani menteme ho ase manu musu ho no mo pa Burkina Faso nie na basabaso yasi. Ivory Coast na basabaso yasi. We ma Ghana mampanyi be bo Ghana fo nyina no ho ba hye e ma ya rehemu. Se woni European Union penifo asinkonya ope bambo mapa e de ma Ghana fo.
The Sahel in recent years, the last 2 decades, has faced a lot of issues ever since the breakup of Libya and the downfall of Muammar Gaddafi in Libya found themselves in Mali. And from there, they've been extending their influence eastwards across the Sahel and now increasingly also southwards towards the coast and bringing into play countries like Benin and Togo, who are our neighbors. Today, the epicenter of the terrorist activities is Burkina Faso, who is our northern neighbor, and even Cote d'Ivoire, which is our western neighbor, has
Ghana mampanyi na adodan kwa akufu ado nka ena mutie nsemi betodwa obubu busumi no emu.
Na yato about 2020 ni wiye no na omuchire mu se dwomoro mrahye bedwani no okita aman mienu su tumikrata wo yede hye omunti no wontimi emma mediade MPP amayoko no etebiri asem center berenwa edikoto second high court in November bochome no ena court tinasi edi asem no awobo asem ni nyina tugu ye e kire se Mame Dokas huso sabro be kodi wade efise ya to abama.
The judgment speaks of itself. We put in a lot of industry. We didn't want to leave any loophole anywhere. I mean, culminating in traveling right to Ivory Coast together with my client, the MP, and we're extremely grateful to God. And I thank you, the media men. In the course of this trial, some of your headlines were really discomforting, but I'm extremely grateful. Thank immigrant families, a lot of things happen. Persons who travel, a lot of things happen. But those were not the issues. As rightly, in fact, the judge said they were irrelevant, red herring. That is what they were. I mean, basically, we lawyers, we know some of these things. But that's fine. We are extremely grateful to the court.
We a lawyer Tamakulu one jinemu ade Emma Jomoro, Mashe Bejani no awudi nkunim.
Obubu busumi no ena Ghana man penya be di chire His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mamadu Bawumia into bracket Bawumia okasa ye ede to post adwuma ko nanim say digitalization ena digitalization bibia organ mo ye Ghana enti post for mo so man fa digitalization so anfa ndi omudwuma ena o meye kolo okrum ha.
I would like to call on the police administration to maximize the opportunities under the ongoing government digitalization agenda to strengthen the police transformation project to meet contemporary policing priorities and improve law enforcement delivery and transnational collaborations for full benefits of the residents of Ghana.
Ghana man penyin abedi chire His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mamadu Bawumia Odin sami tujo bubu busumi no emu.
Na Buankra Integrated Logistics Terminal no ye ewo Asante Mantemu. Omampenyin dada akofo ene hyase se wo ya abawe apero ne zaka noko na we ba no ne zaka noko. Na abawe ba ye no mu chemu se sika be $33.3 million America sika no. Ene yatam ede ama ankrankro nyuma ko bi se omo emfanye Buankra kwa na ye no. Enti ye ko mra hye November no. Ene dom kuma ba no dani se onmonyamfo kwaku oforiasi amoso afo hwa akwantu subrei be ya no ade na akwatam se sika no ede emomakoyi free Ghana Port and Harbours Authority for sikam.
And we have a precedent that the leader of government business has once presented it. So when we get to that bridge, I'm sure we'll cross it duly. On the call on the transport minister, I think, Speaker, to be fair and with respect to leader, this is coming up on the spur of the moment. His earlier call to invite two ministers, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources and the Minister for National Security, was duly respected. And the two ministers have been programmed duly. My good friend and respected minority leader should also be fair.
Wey eyo onmonya for Frank anodom prepe nyina wono net sia dom dodo no e wo mrahye bedwam ne ene ye boy no na yenkoti onmonya for Haruna Idrisu ene no
have doled out some $33 million to a private entity requiring the Buankra Integrated Logistics Terminal. I support the terminal in principle, but I do not support the use of public money and public resources without justification and authorization from appropriate institutions. I'm aware that Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, where did they get the mandate and authority to give out $33.3 million to a private entity? So we request the Minister for Transport to appear before us to account to this House where he got authority to do that. And then the Committee of Transport will probably take a particular interest in it. So, Mr.
Onwenya for Haruna Idrisu dom kuma ba no dani ne enono.
Enyama ne nko ye e wo ma Ghana mutina ma okokopie mo mera se bedwofie a dom kuma ne dom kese ne nyina ye ne se fotonsanfo se bi ne modin bonso ani ento mo mpe no ne sayo suntina ne budget kro ba be kan no mo mpe ne kra ma ne ma me kan eni emra se bedwofie nyina ya no kro ebra no so ye mo a mo pene so se fotonsanfo e ma ne me kan budget no mo nsori afi dom kuma no sori MPP fo dom kese no man sori na we no Haruna for na Idrisu ka se na ewiase pa de wan so nipa wonyini nchewu wa bre nyina ya no kro.
Embarked on the constitutional journey of essential, warranted and guaranteed under the 1992 Constitution under Article 82. We're not oblivious to the fact that to succeed, we needed support and cooperation from the opposite of the aisle. So get it right. When we initiated the motion, we firmly and sincerely believed that our friends opposite will walk the talk with us and not just make radio and interview declarations.
Dom kuma no ba no dani wonumanya for Haruna Idrisu wodi nsemi tujo obubu obusume no emu.
Ebra na ye ba bebo no national team gina kono no aye ni Portugal fo ba bebo yi. Ene emrahye bedwafie mu fo nya asem kito bia je Ghana tade jesi kala white green black omo je omo ni pa. Nenam so emomo ekasa cheche omadwene.
Mr. Speaker, in today's climate of economic challenges, people are betting for purely economic benefits. But I know that truly the spirits are behind the stars. Mr. Speaker, I wish the Black Stars all the best in this tournament, especially in today's match against Portugal and all other subsequent matches, and hope each game is devoid of any injuries, ill luck, and calamity. We believe in the capabilities of the Stars, the technical team, and the management team. To the players, I repeat that we are with you and for you. You are our warriors for today and throughout the tournament.
West Mashibejani on Munyanfo Kweku Boati na Jinim ene November no odi tudwa.
Kata ye ko ye de na blaster Ghana for ogidie wo mumu pa enkankan ne first match. Na ne sai suntina kan Ghana man penyin de DM. Ene no office of cantonment obi na pono to hoba ya se Ghana for obi ambra ho na bo no mehwe bi na nipa so ye de yin. Afa boy ye ko bewe ya 3-2 Ghana lusu. Ena PCFM kasiebo ye ne ankan Ghana man penyin twenkomo. Se oman penyin na uhu ni sai no so mi enya hwe munya gide o tim num.
It takes Ghana some time to settle. This players game has settled us. They're still good. And we've warmed ourselves into the competition. And so we'll see how it goes. They played very well, very confidently. The boys have talent. And so this is a black stars for the future, from now and for the future. So let's give them all our support. And I'm sure we'll go far. I've seen some new players in there who play fantastic. And so we have great potential. He's a good coach. And I think we should give him space to be able to blend the team. So far, so good.
And can I get a man penny John Dramani Mahama and our Casano? You were new players, you were new coach. Peace
FM. On New Year's Day, January 1st, 2023 at 7 p.m. For the first time in over 30 years, two brothers will step on one stage and thrill the nation with non-stop hits. Anticipate. It's the Cat Farm Legends Night. It's the showdown on one stage. For the first time in 30 years, the Lumba Brothers. Yes, Daddy Lumba and Nana Achampon on stage, supported by the ever-talented Ohineba. Also performing live, other surprise acts that will blow your mind. It's the Cat Farm Legends Night, New Year's Day, 7 p.m. on the Grand Arena, Accra International Conference Center. Anticipate. Dial star 713 star 33 star 30 hash for VIP single ticket. For VIP table reservation, call or WhatsApp 0200 220202 or visit Cat Farm Dancing Mall, East Legon, or visit legends9gh.com. The Lumba Brothers on Hinemaki on one stage. This is it. It's the legendary showdown. Peace FM.
Yamaya hu akwa ba ye de obubu anasa November de na kwa kogu edro penima de ne so December.
Ye bowro penima de ne mu dia ene na busumi ya mu. Ghana man penyine kokopie mu e Watakra depot ekotwa ahoma mu akwan. Setemena sahodo no mpenifo hwe na osisi bi emfanka ho. Oman penyine ka sem na odi tudwa. Support ahodo wo krom ha no mu de ene nsesi e bekoso no port nyina be ye kama.
And that is, I wish to commend the Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority for its partnership with the private sector in rolling out these projects. We note with satisfaction the important role of the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund in mobilizing funds to support the development and implementation of these projects. The Ghanaian people and I are hopeful that the oil service terminal and the floating dry dock projects, which have been cutting the saw, will be completed on schedule.
Ghana man paying another down kwa akufo ene abosumi mu ene odi nsemi tudwa e Watakra day.
Na December bosume no ayi wo mu sesi ameka sei na achechefo nka mu kwa wodo wosuapo wodo mu atete atua edie nam soma nux jomtani Dennis Apia Labi Ampofo edi tudwa chemse se aban anya bibi amfa Ghana suapon wo masuanhye ne ho a ebegu
strike yi nya dia imobia enije ho e adia e hadwi sebi ama tertiary education ejina form CC amina okase ifise ati UTAG eco strike SITAC colleges of education teachers no almost eco strike as I speak to you too tertiary education workers union also eco strike senior staff eco strike and Gawa eco strike 5 unions and eco strike ama CC amina okase nothing is happening in the tertiary education space ekakra ye woka nyina ne say edi 1 month for 1 month. So you see, private investors now can't continue because public investors,
Way nux Jomtsani Dennis Apia Labi Ampofo.
Busumi ya mu ena Ghana man penyin ede tu onmunyafo John Abdullahi Jenapo. one na so enim penifo nim se onhwe hu ni se asase hu sem kai o maga na munyina no wode bekọ abefo kwan so.
Commend the Commission for the program in moving some of its services online. But in this age of technology, it is unacceptable that we're still operating in a largely manual environment. We cannot deliver an efficient land administration if documents on land have to be processed manually. We must therefore expedite action on the digitalization process and ensure that the Commission goes fully digital. As you go into technical discussion, it is my hope that this will be key on your agenda.
Ghana man peyin na ado dan kwa kufu ado ninka ena mutie December busumi ye mu nansemi wode etuja.
Urupitia emwa.
Ti.
Ya komra shebedwemu a. Na amra shebedwafo no December busu omokwa aseta se December no ye wuremu ana oru akenofoyata. Omaisa na hene begina social media no so kasa kire mu se de Ghana ye hu si wa aka ye hu aka ene ye twemu a no mdo mu satres we na deka no ye deka pa enti ye de hie bi ba eno eye debt restructuring eno ne se ye sika no ne ka ye de ne tutu ne yie na aboa ye enti dom kuma no kirem se sa hyehye ye na aba ne se wode eba no ye ka se ye di so a ebe gunyuma.
Yes, the announcement by the Honorable Minister for Finance this morning has dire consequences on government and Ghana's financial sector. It has dire consequences on jobs and dire consequences on pensions and dire consequences on those who are compelled by legislation to invest at least 70%, 75% on government instruments and government bonds. We expect government to have thoroughly engaged and consulted before making this far-reaching announcement.
Aha, ora Haruna Idrisu edonkuma ba no deni neja wari tu dwa no na nani nyada no ne se eka ye de no aba no aye ne se bond no te se wato futuo bi e de fra ba no nche wato se why investment bi e wa ba no dinimu a ene enya de se ye be ma wonvisi hu na hu se ze ba be ye bebre a omu ya no enu kwade nchi wa so ba yo mu de se ye koye nim de ze be mbetensem
ene na December no mu ano odumanyamfo hore na Idrisu wasade to abanyanim se na Ghana no kra na ye kese yesen a asofo bebre ene asofo bebre kasi twemu a asi ye afiri ayi assembling plant na ekọ se bebre asofo nko na den o man penyenite so.
Many of these institutions into their mother ministries. All the development authorities can run under the Ministry of Local Government. The Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture can run under the Ministry for Agriculture. The Ministry for Aviation and Railway can run under the Ministry of Transport. Let him reduce the size of government.
Dom kumanu banu deni wonmanyamfo hare na Idrisu nenka ena mutie December busumi yamu no penyini de sansemi etudwa.
Na science samora keroforia to maisa na hindi betu dwa FS kasantu to yahudu ho no eno ye debt exchange programs no o se obecheche mu ye pa 2023 budget nim na senkrofo bi anhyeda antiase sa eno ent no December de to so num na ye dadwada no o da adwumadie no adi.
As you are aware, we established a consultative committee to work with the financial sector and incorporated their advice in our decisions. Today, we are here to officially launch Ghana's domestic debt exchange program. The objective of this program is to alleviate the debt burden in a most transparent, efficient, and expedited manner in this context by means of an exchange offer.
Where you reckon no for we at Omesa na hini December busumi ye mu no de nsem we tuja
na aswafo ni padodo na ka so mo doso dodo enti amanti so ono so nya na adwen so obete so no enka ne Ghana mampini de di em ono so de na no atu mu bi echem sa aban sanka o te so na nka beboa o na te so a won te so V8 aka che omo so mo nyusu bi no eno no mfa so ben pa ne wo so nipo na to ni V8 na wo yisu a obede na wo hu.
Unfortunately, in this budget, Ghanaians are lumbered with steep additional taxes and no tangible cuts in government expenditure. They just say don't travel in Accra with your V8. If you are traveling out of Accra, you can use your V8, but don't use it in town. I mean, who's going to monitor where you use your V8 or other? Expenditure has increased significantly by almost 80 billion cedis, and there are no significant expenditure cuts that mirror the gravity of the situation we are in. It appears that we're set to live with the excessively bloated size of government, especially in the presidency. One would have thought that the size of government would be reduced to cut down expenditure. This administration is not willing to make any sacrifices. All the sacrifices are to be borne by the Ghanaian people. It is also riddled with yet more frivolous and avoidable expenditure that would have saved resources that can be channeled into more productive investments.
Akan Ghana man penyin John Dramani Mahama nka na muti na busumi ye mu no penyin odensemi etuja.
Na ebra o mensa na hene ade budget no etudwa wo mrahye wiye no na ebra so ser mrahye fo no tena se bobo ho afedi omo mrahye mamu se bibi etunka obi apiapia na hwene ade ye ni wodi ase kenke na wana de dokro beba komi keke na wana de beba afedi enkonkwo hwa na aye sanarigu mrahye ni onumanyamfo ABF seni asori agina so na okita rubber bia ekita no chem se maba me na menam na omo sidi ase na osi komi keke na dokno ene nchenam anenka Ghana ase die nim so bia bankran ya ene yebedie kumase se no wodi tisa wodi nkuruma ka ho ana ase wodi binsi ka ho no watimi edi afiri batenkran ase die ne hyeto ena yedi no efo pa nanso enei eniema boa ayedi ntia ma dokno komo dokno eburo ni ayi banchi mori ayede ye kabo mu de ye bi kura fa banchi mori nka ho ye no ne bo ayede enchi na bibio kitwe bi enu sumu apeja enti amaze se ye ntimi ni komi keke na no mfilia ha adwere penti aban ahokyeraba.
Posterity will judge us. The country is watching and judging us, and as people we must stand up in defense of our people. So those additional items of increasing income tax that are imposed on our people, removal of thresholds on the Momo and others, is going to create further hardship to our people. And I want to make a clarion call to all of us here to rise up and do something about it. Mr. Speaker, before your distinguished self last year, Mr. Speaker, this bowl of cake, even though it has even suffered some koshoko, but was 2 Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, today is 4 Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, this fish, which I brought the same size last year, was 6 cedis. Mr. Speaker, this one is 12 Ghana cedis. This cake and this fish alone.
Upo di edi say ko ayi La Paz. So many anjuna 12 cedis wa La Paz wa. Share.
Sa do kono so to na da braka o.
Keke house.
Lord. Na me ka me say okodi. December no do kono ho kire do kro mu apa o. Be ye mere ka kire do kono ho a kire no say ayi so odumanyamfo Peter Boama ono so do kono ko MPP fo we na zere go kire o.
Kobi keke na no ni o bankran kasa be dikashia first. Kobi keke na because na be dikedi. Odi bi ko mra hye ma ABF seni eja ocheche ni semu no.
Jo yamfo do kono nsem no enkongogu. Yere do kono nsem na to nchen ya na December busumi ya no odumanyamfo eslo usu ekufo. Ono so kan obra hye fie. Sese Ghana card won sem kae no akwa bibie ho na Ghana fododo na ntimi anye biye pamanfo bi abomo so bo aye dom kuma no esan say Ghana card hon komo so de foforo no omo ka kire ndisifo nyina say Ghana card emo obi ankoye.
We are looking at making other arrangements for those who genuinely do not have the Ghana cards and to enable them to complete the SIM card registration exercise, and that will be announced in due course. Yes, you are opposed to the Ghana card registration exercise. Yes, you urged Ghanaians and your members to boycott the exercise. Some of them did, as a result of which they do not have the Ghana card today to complete the serious national exercises, including the SIM registration exercise.
Odumanyamfo esla usu openyini disanse na tudwa embrasebe fie busumi ya emu.
Na December busumi na Ghana mampenyin na Nadu Danko Akufo-Addo Williams Brofode ko wuli. Wojane atwa eye Secretary of State Edema America manu say wani omuma mpenyini Joe Biden enkasa no mmebo aye free say amantu nseso ne adonfo ye no eya agensem West Africa.
We in Ghana have been through all kinds of arrangements, governance arrangements in the past, one-party state, all kinds of experiments. And our people are now very clear in their mind. They want to go down the avenue of democratic engagement. And that is why the last 30 years of the Fourth Republic have been the most stable in our country's history. We want to do everything to preserve that. But there are enemies of democracy who are working hard in West Africa today. And therefore, it's important that we bring that matter to your notice and see to what extent we can engage you as a reliable partner in the pushback of those forces. There are other areas, of course, of great significance too, cooperation for economic.
Where ye Ghana mampenyi na adu danko akufu adu.
Na o mampenyi na be de kire nso ekasa ye kire mu ase na ebeye. Na wodum gya adwuma ekoni betima fa ne ntoma padi afrenti no ene akade pa ebeboa no adwumadie akwohyew wano no obeboa no nyina no munsa aka.
The command of the Ghana National Fire Service deserves to be commended for being very innovative in their efforts to ensure that the service offers rescue, evacuation, and fire protection and management services to the people of Ghana. The government is keen in the human resource and developmental leadership of the fire service and would continue to provide personnel, training, necessary equipment, and other logistical support to make the service more effective to deliver fire and rescue services to the people. In this
Ghana mampenyi abedi ekire His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mamadu Bawumia enie.
Na November bosume no na Technical University Teachers Association of Ghana for a year se omo atietua. Enti yekika koni eba ni yekika koni eba emua na yensenjweni Patricia Sifafisha eni jomteni ma ekui obenfu Dr. Engineer Collins Ameyodi nkomo no muche mu se December edi the strike no abawiye.
Virtually, na yehwe no yensa aka to the large extent yensa aka ninti American say nedi kan na efa your conditions of service na ya yehu bibia wi akase ye be sign be na asenti asen ye adwuma e wo baabi efa date effective date any ninyama ntina signature no adile but nyamincha de nyina adwuna ko bemkrom se adeno de na tutat e kano na ewum enti aban assign amaye enti say no ye wo IGF condition of service as say enye ya diswabio ne sotu mienu na off campus any car maintenance allowance na aban su enti ne ho ase.
Wey ye penyina wono na Technical University Teachers Association of Ghana wadano Professor Dr. Engineer Collins Ameyao.
Enya Ghana for nim say okuta National Health Insurance card na de kwire sabia. Enya obebere pa so nya doctor ahwo. Doctor so ho wi a enya para enya be sesade am asefa kofi ne konom. Na kwankyerefo penyina wada National Health Insurance Authority atena no. Odumanyanfo be na doko boy da betu jase sese ni mpinfo ye nsesa pa kokora maye mofra insurance befa. Sickle cell insurance befa. Kokora maye sebi emanufu insurance befa. Mema dinso twamu yare ahodo nso insurance ebefa.
I'm also very happy to mention that during your time, some other benefits have been added to the scheme. End of January 2017, childhood cancers were not on the scheme. In fact, if you're a parent and your child gets a cancer, you have to pay out of your pocket. And what was sad is that, Mr. President, the fees, the charges for cancers, the drugs, they were very expensive. And so it was a very big problem. Most parents, even after starting the chemotherapy, fade out. And then they lose their children. As we speak, 4 childhood cancers, which constitute 80% of all childhood cancers in Ghana, are now covered on a national health insurance scheme.
Dr. Bernard Okoboye kwankyerefo penyina wada National Health Insurance Authority atana no nenka ena muti openyina de sanse na tuja openima busumi yi emu.
Na ora kenoforiata o maisa na hine bekasa ye December busumi ena ochire mu se eka ye de ho akaka bebrebe Ghana ye ho kaka bebia akobia ne ye kasa ye pese ye nu ye enu nti no wamo anihie bia ba sa anihie no de ebe quality a obi a pension student ne de be de benya ka ho etimati usefo efresh entwofo hia mu de na wotwe ma aban no se woni no bone hu musuo bone ho pem e de ne saka mo pension no ha do adie besi no aban na akra ohun ne ho ano enti ampa na wotwe ne so ye na aban no nya hwemfa ho ene ne omu ye say free 27th December ekro no womo abeti atua afedie anche ene omu fresh entwofo hia mu mo kwotena ase kasa ye ne bra omu ko enhyiamu no a omu de na wotwe si wo no enie
DJ press conference no say aban get restructuring program no all year no say yes patients any etita to 200 bibiano aban should exempt our pension from that program. because you see a plan, your pensions, now a band the conscious program now. So if you say it will have very negative impact on us and their pensions. And you say a band my bank from the center, and you are band the member. So they say I get that but 12 o'clock no say a bank. You see a bank so I can't say another week if you get restructuring program no more.
TUC Chochoni Abedi Echiro Owura Joshua answer.
O might be a team was here, so the Kurani a better gata more this Yakobobusia. Yabenum Gokuano Padisha Kobobusia, just said your baby a Bosia any idea. Menoka see a Pesica at the free IMF near the Aboya Hobra. Now, ya charm of China, says Yankopaya, Dum. I am from Penny for say, Ghana is with Romati, and Chebibri, $3 billion. Yansaveka.
The program taken together, the fiscal consolidation, the comprehensive debt restructuring that the authorities have launched will be sufficient to re-establish debt sustainability. And so as soon as we have assurances from creditors that this will be the case, when sufficient progress has on that front, we will be able to present the program to our board. And as to the follow-up question that you had on when the money would hit Ghana's accounts.
And then when the money will hit Ghana account, I can clear even Kwakaso. So, can you know who tell me you can remember Drew? Oh, but now see, I am a Fokora would we now first even rule that? Nenka, and I would see.
Can go in my
because
the Ombe Young staff agreement, the level agreement, technical issues, never holding at just a walk can never night. Yedisi Cabotin, scan dear. In your mind, since Canada, dear Bay, January, February, and as a March when you drew Hokrey. Then a party near a William Tomobanco Boudiet in the soul. Evidently, your box. It's gave a dear Gadi who. Yeah, Scan by Via Betty. I'll try out your then she know my better the young choir, my dear. Eh, Sicali Yabedra. You better say, you better new cars. Now, Sika, ye charity, Ama, as yes, so Yahu do no, I will feel Pim, you near Junumi and Sa. 2023 budget ni mono, Mashibeja 4 Quasita December, EGG to Mua. 85.2 billion yetra ede ama asue sha kwanya kwantin poso the bridge mediani koso munyafo Kennedy osenya ko dwomtseni ewo abidoku a omohwe akwan ni akwantin poso mrashibedwam akim so adrum mrashibedwani ekasai.
The finance ministry to ensure that they have to come out with a plan, proper plan, so that they will be able to show us how this indebtedness will be cleared, this 10 billion be cleared. And it's an issue that we have taken up and we believe the ministry will look at it going forward. The Speaker, road infrastructure is very key and we are all aware, everybody calling for road. Everybody wanting road to be constructed. The only way that we can, about 80% of the money that we get for the road fund, that goes into direct road infrastructure work. And if they cap it now creates problem for the ministry because that is the money that they have to even use for remedial maintenance.
Where ye Akim Swedrum Rashibejani Onimonya for Kennedy or Senyako.
As you say, I bind your go up, so Benam says, Nay, Ghana City, now, what the answer Bamubim. Any order for Munyan for Ken for Rata so can I want Rashibejafie. Now, and no children of Dumkumano Bando Denny, or Munyan for her and I do switch more. Now, for Tosan for Nessa, Nasa, no crack saying, and Cratan also to be brave. Now, you're 2 years, we should show me who says, no cranny, a budget to Manasi and Gentum.
Something and lay here for the people of Ghana. The Minister of Finance cannot just walk away as if everything in this country is determined by him. If you are doing haircut and you are changing contents of agreement, whether domestic or external, they are contractual, and those contractual comes with obligations. He must come and lay a paper in this house how he intends to work on the external debt, because when this house approved those loans agreement, we approved them consistent with Article 181, terms and conditions. You can't vary the terms at your pleasure.
Dom Kumano Bando Denny would mean for her and I do some million to Ja or Penima Busimia emu.
Now, November Bushumin Mabeka by December, the Munacha said $1 no baby, Gina Diana Yasam Kitwakra. 15 CDC, net count 200 Ghana, what calculated so Cossa, and you been your bed 3,000. Not just a 1 hour, no. Yeah, yes, you obedu December, dear, not dollar number more dear, Drube 20 CDs. etobia hole ye gidio afedi edu December na etiba ase ekurasika na efro people na intimi for etisan no etiba sa yehu ya 8 cedis se gina be 12 cedis ni de keka ho enti aba form sa na Ghana for say ye beto ade mu ya mo se dollar kosoro ena dollar kosoro national anthem dollar kosoro nyame adun dollar ba form dia ene eniema mo tete so omo se no omo nte so anwabo ye dindindi emu boy emu 5 kilos na yetimi ton be 200 Ghana na kure na so to bi 200 Ghana eno no manya for franc no dompre nsa wo maduragiri ma hye bedwani December no 2 jaje m say dollar na ba form aniema ne bo mo tete so na mo pesa dodo.
Its intervention to reduce the price of petroleum products. Speaker, Forex is favorable, yet prices are high, although we do not operate under control price. So the cedi was down almost some 48% against the dollar from its initial position early this year. Presently, it has strengthened more than 23% since the start of December after the latest IMF visit. So I crave your indulgence to raise this matter of public concern, which found its way in many of our debates these past few weeks. The concern also is that while we are currently experiencing a turnaround from the depreciation, the expected economic relief is not being felt by the ordinary Ghanaian since goods are still being sold at high prices. Speaker, I make this submission urging the executive and its policymakers to take additional measures directed at restoring the price of food items and other goods to some sustainable level.
Onya for franca no don pre Ghana fo mutimu dendendin no mo Ghana fo die no montete ne man so ate ne nya binto
na akatu na brona endi samonyo kunu akwato aba edi ayi wona kandifo no ene bandam ra sebedwani wonu nyamfo Ahmed Ibrahim e kasaye edi 20 fo nyina nim so okwa abato so a ene wonu nyamfo Johnson na sedun ketia obi anto na aba emfama no.
I said, look at your Ebano. Obabe, the leader of the party. On a appointed the director of elections and the director of IT. On the flag bearer, no. On Betran can say, leader of the party. You don't do the party like 2008. Cobra J was the leader of the party. Ochisu, the right people. 2012, Cobra J was the leader of the party. Ochisu, the right people. 2016, 2020, Oswampo Fanchamanpotofi were the leaders of the party. If you do wrong appointments, you get wrong results. In the party, Jumano, chairmanship no enya party position kakao chairmanship no wona wo sa atumi ni awotumi ye you know, so it's not like the general secretary and now can say general secretary no maye 70 okay me do me ko lead party no am make sure say president mama be president ansa na me trans me ko trans na say party na me be fire no me nya say se me obekọ ansa na wako
bandam ra sebedwani wonu nyamfo Ahmed Ibrahim ne nka na mutie na afutu ade ma ndisi ku ni ma na ampa nuane ampa omukoto abana ampa omutuma Johnson esedun katia sisi amino makasei oye chairman nkatia wa weni aba no
General Mosquito ntuntum nyina penyi
ai General Mosquito
nanie na ya memeda enomuko gina asinanim ewa Akrant first sports stadium eho no mo eto aba no ene obehu C for C G for C we enya asem ketwa o na chese otim se yeso bia magim face a chese abato ne yeto ye hyehyehye so a na abato ne de se odi a wohwe election a do obeye campaign pa no aye ne nkoye ma no do obeye mie nani aye campaign pa kasa pa no aye ne nkoye na tape bi apie yeso radio se edu nketia voice na woso wo ba no se ye me voice ma accept it na manka ne bone so manka ne kokoa mu so tie to aba ne wie na bato komisa koji oboboye na no se ejadwon wona wadi nkunimu Orua Johnson esi edu nketia na yade ma no kwasiede na homakyesa na ese oba be kasa gitum sampa adwuma no meyo ogira paso ano ose ekwo kese de manimu pa no ye 2024 general election edane sebo sede ye wodo ebeba ibekwa koto aba na me ya to aba de ama mesedwom tenani ene wona e ka me ho a ye ba be ye adwuma no owu ewu nkwankwa ye nkwa kura de betwa so meye ma afamu die biada se NDC amayoko ni bedi nkunim 2024 enu ntino emfa woni de odi ncho ena emfa woni de edi nkunim yeto aba no wieye no na oru asamrofo so apofo ne so ate ne so te papa wa woni mbia pe kope no hwe esi afi no wono mojedura ba mu wase ye wafe wadi ncho kra wade no ka ne ho.
It shows the confidence the party has in us. We don't take this confidence for granted. We see it as a call to duty. The nation Ghana is in crisis. and the party National Democratic Congress is at the crossroads. We are going to go into a difficult election, the first of its kind after the demise of our founder. What we need most is unity. We pledge on behalf of myself and on behalf of the newly elected executives that in the coming days, our first assignment will be to work to unite the party and bring everybody who could not be endorsed today on board, even as we march forward to defeat the elephant and set the nation on the path of progress and prosperity again. I have no doubt in my mind that the party wishes us to carry the battle to the homes of the elephant. And we will do that. We cannot let the party down, and we cannot let our country, Ghana, down. The 2024 elections is not only an election for the sake of the National Democratic Congress, but more importantly, it is an election to regain the independence of this country.
Way a chairman Edema NDC Amayokono Rural Johnson Esiedun Ketia General Mosquito tuntum nyina panyini and ordina nu disem eto won mu no na abato no aseno na NDC Amayokono Frank Ekrani ewo 2020 abanim a ono kroya nso so na osan ye kanema mpanyin Yewura John Dramani Mahama na otena asia emade achi nto no so ba be kasa ye leader de ese wakasa no eno si general ye general secretary hono man no si I forgot see how ye chairman mitie ni nyina na meti ayi no na mitie pa wo kire mu se nyame adum ya to aba na wie etu nkwatwere de twene na yenhwema asomdwe nya adwuma ne yenka ye humom se amanyoko ne yenya adwuma no emwa mpresenkunumde beba ede ama NDC amayeko no kire ma no wo se Owura Johnson Esiedun Ketia wonye te se abe a yetwa no ede ato fom wonte se won mu nyema nyina emo ne bo enti won a omo eto abade amom won no mu wiye won no mu di nkunum nya won kom mom baako no mu nya adwuma why
2 years ago we started this reorganization exercise. It has been a slow, thorough exercise. And there are many times in this journey when many people ask me why it is taking so long. And I said, better for us to do this exercise thoroughly than to rush it and repeat the mistakes of the past. And so it's been 2 long years, but in the end, we've come to the climax of the exercise. And that is the Congress that we have held today. Ladies and gentlemen, the delegates have spoken and we have heard. Some people say fear delegates, but I believe that the delegates have the best wisdom and they have spoken and told us what they want. And it is our duty to work with the blueprint that they have given us. These gentlemen and women here have been elected by the delegates to serve a mandate till 2026. And it's going to be a very important mandate because a most critical election with the highest stakes is due in 2024. And this executive is going to oversee that election.
Way a kane mampenyi a wanukoya so ye Frank Ekrani kane ede ema NDC Amayokono Yewura John Dramani Mahama na chese mahani ni semisu na yegina ede awie afemuni nyina kan kasebo moboso ye de beso mu no openima ye December die abawie sadatu
okodie ba ko fe
wabo adwuma
kode so abo adwuma wo pa
enna form aw
abo adwuma kode
producers ni nyina e woni stream mu nyina se enna so ene efiade twato esa so ye adwuma da e wo afenimu enu nti no producers e woni stream nyina producers obia Patricia Sifafisha William Gentu Naomi Ama Benewa Gladys Ama Boache China Salamat Kukwa Pinto Erica Eifa Pius Bedu Bansen Abena Sika Benis Boatsen Isaac Opoku anyone no mo nyina koto gifty wo bia wo mo ba call ye that's man ye bulai hey that's man ye bulai hey me that's money hey that's money ka hon any omo ho ye wo spend love wom Ellen wom Joanna wo ho why James Bond no why hey oh wow minimum so the Ellen
James Bond ni shemfinfin
oh okay
me say okode adabi nyame ne so ma no kam kokko Harry Potter o man kan chire me tina say James Bond na for mosumo me ti won me bo mu din Harry Potter na James Bond say my confused say my mintaso
ena kononguja time amunyina pass through na omaba abeboa ama bibia ye fe bibia ye lovely George Adai oh onu so baye Isabella munyina baye ebeboa ye manisum kama ye lovely maye adwuma mabo adwuma papa social media de bia mu ho ye so aja Peter Scott no ana de ye kode ye ba it ye da so live na mo kire mo adwe bibia na chese mo nyina mo ka ho bi ye editors ahodo e wo newsroom na ya okese ene mami bia makwafo ye de asede ni ka bia mamo papa se ma hwa ma bibia toto yi atodin ya nim sa fie besim de eno nso yi sa chese nya asem kitu akora eba casters no a ye wo adwa ye bo agei na ya konadu mami bia makwafo afie dutwum wa amrosa afia chire akosiago aboaje yawo akosia sapon ama sapon emema no so sema no mawie wa hu ema no mawie
obo na poso ajo
ona born first mawie me boy na be boy yake mama Africa
obo yake
obo antieja ema me dia kogudi a mema no yawo ayi ajakusie me a menye ntakraboa me nso a menye ntoteboa wono no ene odi ahinkai kwa me yeboa me nua bema ba ko pe na yire wa abotire mu abotere pa ono edikan na ye kwa me amo atoa so sofo amo so ka ho de mpa bokese pa ta ye chie eno akire no ye wo kwabramafo ejamafo ono so ebomu papa enya asem ketwa emema mo kan ni sunu anu ho
emema kan ni sunu
ena beki omo ma na kan ni sunu beki eka ho ena mema no sadatu enso so ebomu achese ono so eye adwuma pa manka man ho pacha man me ka ho man ye kan so ena amasofia mesese omu ye nyina ayikura e friends abai obiya adwa obiya onu so afi obefam bu adwuma pa akame jeni pa ba ko akosi agwoaboaje nyame ahira no ako aboaje ntasama me aba onu so ka ho a ayi vim lady afi opua omu nyina bai na ba ko so a oda makoma so pa yakunama munyina ka ho ema no de ye fe ye krabehwe se eni esomu bomu anopawia ne anadwo a eja edi aba bedru samre eti reporters ahodo a mo ba bia ye reporters aye kase ye bodin a na kase reporters no part na kase all the reporters ni din ne ba ohun regions ni nyana kase reporters ni din ba ye wa Ashanti region Ashanti region, Eastern region, Central region, Upper East, Upper West, Western North, Western region. Ye wo ahafo, ene bunu East, ene bunu ya watch say northern region baby ya report some one mu nyina omo ameka omudin ebi Michael Krofi ono ewo eastern region ya wo yo kwabranto on the rent me infinida ono nso ohodomo Akrofi timi de pan oba no abecha ma part mu no watwa me agya Akrofi timi twa Akrofi Michael Krofi timi de pan no free takra ye friend say Kofoedua
eastern region
no de aba wabecha ma part mu ma me Akrofi
2023 obesesa
ene once sa bo fredu and TV nyina Akrofi be foster no de aba Akrofi ena east yewo apia dankwa Rock FM takra de kwabranto maboni din ena mfi setmante ewo central region nana sempasa au ena abranti kwabna ofori anso prekese bobo swe prince odum prince one is odum prince no munyina ka ubi Ashanti region Samson Kwame Nyamechi general manager and a senior reporter Ashanti region kwabrabodo munyina eka ubi yeko parliament house nso a eno Mr. Kole ono any William Getsu omo na di parliament in some ebreye na yabomodi aso akọ ye friend saying presidency na 3 abena na ono so di abaye ko vice one more Pius Bedu Banson ono so eshelai court yes mabo pacho ono die misrew edibi o memodu ni aba presenters wo fie ha sei ya wo Kwadwo Hansen me ye be sorry so no na e ba be Kwadwo Hansen enya asem ketu akora DJ Hansen ohodomo ya wo young boy and ya wo young Joe ya oh of course now she che dan ko mu enya asem ketu a che no original na say ya fara ya bia fake one say what one say 5,000 dey bia what the atwa combination atade no white wom no the white nso abuya ne krom DJ Bosco ho Fletch wo ho omunyina na ya ba presenters efia presenters ne de na chese Mickey na edimu da bi o anka kofikum dika ba na Mickey aba abetwa so na chese na papa chairman general Kwamsi Faka no pa bia na ono nso so aba abetwa so kama nijie pa na ja wode ye afamua ye wie pe clients ahodo ni nyina ye ko marketing sister Mausi ye Chester Mausi ni achia Priscilla ni achia Dresslin ni achia Mema no Joshua na boy ba ko bika Joshua ho Charles makeup Julius
ana Gideon
Gideon Joshua marketing issue my boy Joshua
what's around no
and
but Joshua na so here dey around
what's it Joshua around we nyina ka obiesa so mo na ekoton ye na yeto uduru animu onso so a ye wo ye security for no ho no mo Mr. Ba IGP Mr. Mreku ne Mr. Mafo George wo ho no mo any new ones your mo aba no another guy bi ka George ho anwumre na wote echi wo mo pa na nim ha se na white bi wonani entry ono so omo Mr. Mafo maboni din mabo mu nyina din we nyina ni yeko transport yeko transporter omo ofia mu nyina ya mensa Sami fada mama dada ba ku bi ka ho bra solo bra solo eno wusu properties manager ensafo ahene efia asafo nyina bra solo na egu ni bottom car park was soro no na in charge ono be park o car na this wa ma kwa yansa nyina ka ho na maya na wo front desk wo no wo small ne ba ko na ka ho ne de minim ne din afi na waba even say Chantel ja nyina ka ho bi na ma edwuma no from ye bambo pa no ene wo technicians on duties atu agbo aboaje ejekum yes aboaje Mr. Jerry Bafuo Walker ena Dani Bafu mabo Bafuo din ena Dani omunyina waya na aboaje bo masenuam enu so ye ni din ye ni din anyame na make am edin bi ameka bi nickname bi omuna de ma me e wa chire ho feedback ni fra chire ho omunyina aka ho afi ye directors ahodo no a ewo fia say Dr. Father Dixon na Doctor Nyamishraw Sadat
Doctor dear say ye better na say I think say he had the whole day na ye dia dana se na
ye dia dana se ye yaso den kakra ye yaso brache kakra ye we kakra afro no atia kakra no aka wa hye ne yam no akire say eja Father ye da se wa mo ye kwanya yesu ye tia no ma ye kasa mama nsa tie ye na ndie na ye da asede na ye director pe mu no ankasa no ye director say kwam despite na ni nua no Ernest Oforisapo omunyina aseda ni kabia nkoma wo ye da Roger so ase ye da TV no omomo TV nyina aso fo no be preach wa ha nyina so no ye da mo ase ma nye ye clients ahodo 2 CDs
eya kwanchire
efri nyame nchen omunyina we are very very grateful for them omo aboa papa omo ataye chie ye clients ahodo a mo ba ha seye ye ka se bo client ni jindia MTN wom Suzy wom Agbeveheba wom your friend is saying Tontina T74 wom Remy Spices sheho 21st clinic ho no mo Vodafone MTN obia ho no mo this way chocolate drink omunyina eka ho bia ene just nene working day twa to wa fi we sem die kasa yetentina mo fa nche yefi say yedam wase pa ye ni so no omom didi ma ebidi nyina ye do mo ase omo ka ho bi
ena adwuma ne hyema
ende ye kasa ye start ya
ena adwuma ne hyema omo ka ho bi pa ko de chia
utimu se wa ye betia ni kukuro si rad ne de mkoda hene munyina omo ka ho wati ba migusu e kai mo kafam legends night no migusu aye kai mo say take it ne me de ne mai Sadat the end ababedu
but still assurance
and you say assurance mu ni gidie so gidie ne ye high pa ye da munyina masima monity o channel pa no nsia and ye 31st December no ye be sign ababedu and so enya agro